Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us, growing one big family. And I appreciate all the support I can get. I want to mention that if the video is too fast for you on my tutorials, up top there's 3 little buttons on the right hand corner for most of you. For some of you it's on your settings as you go to the video. For the 3 little buttons up top, click there. It tells you to slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also turn the CC caption, which is right next to the 3 little buttons, so you can read all the stitch calling that I'm doing. Down here, everything will be written. You could also choose the language you like by just clicking on the 3 little buttons and go to the language you would like, and you would have it on your own language, everything written down here. So I also want to mention thank you so much for the people that came through for the thread and have donated some money, either through the super thanks or through my PayPal account. Now, when you do the super thanks, YouTube itself takes 30% of whatever you're donating through there. Obviously, PayPal, they don't take anything, but choice is yours. You can do whatever you'd like, as long as you have it in your heart to help out the women in need of thread. And I thank you in advance, and they do too. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. Also, sharing is caring. And invite your friends to the channel. I also have the crochet group, private group, if you'd like to be in the private group. All you have to do is request, and one of my monitors will review, as long as you have a profile picture, and accept you into the group. I also have a crochet page. You can follow me through there. On Facebook, of course. This is all Facebook. Also Instagram, if you need any help with creating some patterns and you're stuck and you have Instagram, you can message me through Instagram. It's much easier and faster to get a hold of me. I also have TikTok. Everything is on the description box. All the video links, if I have part 1, 2, 3, also is in the description box below the video. There's a little arrow like a V right on the right hand side below the video. You click on there, it opens up that page, and all the links are there. So thank you once again. We are going to get started. Please be careful if you're involved into the crochet groups. There's a lot of scammers, and they launch links with bits and cuts. These are scammers. They will rob you, your identity, and all your information on your phone or your computers. Don't open those sites up. It's extremely important that you are careful, because there's a lot going on into the crochet groups nowadays. Okay, let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone. So today we're going to create another heart doily. I was requested again for another heart doily. Will be a round one. So because I do have quite a few little rolls left of the white. This is like number 10 and Lydia. I'm going to add all 3 of them together. It's going to give me my number 4, and then I will just add my number 4 once I've used this, because I have no other use for this. It's just lying around, and why waste it? And you should do the same thing when you have leftovers. I'm going to use 275 hook, a little one to tuck in loose ends, of course, and a pair of scissors. So enjoy the tutorial. Let me know what you think. Please give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. I can't stress enough to ask you guys to do that. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. This is the only way that we can continue bringing out tutorials for you guys to have the channel be recognized. Okay, thank you so much. I hug every single one of you. Let's get started. Okay, everyone. So you can do the magic circle, and if you're having a hard time, then you can do a 6 chain to start off. Inside of this magic circle ring, I'm going to do a single, come back in. One chain, sorry. So after the magic circle, 1 chain and then a single, and 2 chain. This will equal a double crochet. Inside of this circle, I'm going to do total of 14 double crochets. So row 1, 14 double crochets. I'll meet you at the end. I've done my 14 double crochets. I pulled into my string to close it up. I'm coming on the first one that we did, my second chain. We did a single and 2 chain and close it with a slip stitch. I'm going to come back in the same one, do a single, chain 2, and one more for space. We're going to do 14 again. The only difference is this time we're doing 1 chain space between them. Okay, just like that. Row 2. If your tension is too tight, then do a 2 chain space. So I've closed up in the second chain from where we did the single and 2 chain. Now I'm going to come inside of the space here. Of course, I have to make sure that my threads are well stretched out. Single. And I'm going to do 1, 2 chain. I'm coming back into the same space and creating 2 more double crochet. Okay, so now we have 3. I'm doing 1 chain. I'm coming into the next one and creating 3 more double crochet. Again, 1 chain. So we'll have 1 chain on row 3 between the groups of 3 double crochet inside of these spaces. 1 chain space, 3 double crochet. Just like that. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So I'm completing my groups of 3 double crochet, space, 1 chain, and you're supposed to have 42 double crochets. Okay. Okay, you guys, so 1, 2, 3, going into row 4. So I've closed in with a slip stitch. I'm coming back in, doing a single and 2 chain. That what you call my double crochet. I'm coming in the same space. Now, this will be built motif with 2 groups of 3. Okay, so for that reason, the first group we do the increase on the first double crochet. And on the second group, we do the increase on the last double crochet. So we have the first increase. I'm coming into the next space. So instead of having 3 double crochets, we're going to have 4. Okay, but because these are 7 different motifs, we need to separate them. Here we're going to do chain 2. We're doing only 1 double crochet. If you need to put little markers, then go ahead. But I'm sure that once you get familiar with what you're doing, you're okay. So we're on the second group. We're going to do another double crochet. So we did our increase. Increase at the beginning, increase at the end. Increase at the beginning, increase at the end. Increase at the beginning, increase at the end. Chain 2. Again, increase at the beginning, 2 double crochets in the same space, 1 per space. So now we have groups of 4 double crochets. And here it's chain 1, chain 1. I think I did chain 2 there for some reason. I don't know. So this is the second group. We're doing 2 double crochets at the end. So we have the first group. I might have done 2 double crochet, 2 chain here. Doesn't matter if I did, it's not going to change anything. So it's 1 chain in between the groups and 2 chain right after the groups. So again, my increase on the first group here. So we have 4 double crochets, 1 chain space, and now we're going to do the increase on the second group here, which I have a big knot in my threads. I mean, this is the fun part when you're working with so many threads. Oh, Good God. Finally got my little knots out. Okay, so where are we at? So first increase, you can't be wrong. First increase, now you know you have to do your second increase at the end. 2 chain space and continue on. First increase on the first double crochet. So 1 chain space and then second increase on the last double crochet. Okay, so we're building groups of 4, 1 chain space between these groups, and 2 chain space between the motifs of the groups. Okay? Okay, you guys, so we finished 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to continue to do this until I believe, I think it's row 7 or 8, but anyway, you'll see when we get there. So again, I'm coming in single. If I can grab all my threads, right, in the same space that we closed in with slip stitch, 2 chain. I'm doing again the same increase as we've been doing on the first double crochet, 2 together. So now we're going to have groups of 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's until row 8. 2 chain space for now. Only later up we're increasing the chain space here. And then the increase on the last double crochet. And it's not hard to figure out because you already know where you've done your increase, right? Again, 1 chain, 1 chain, sorry, it's 1 chain space here, not 2. Sorry about that. 1 chain space only in between the groups. That's why it's always important to look ahead of the video too, because sometimes mistakes are done. We can easily fix it. Now, if you just keep going at the same time as me and I can make a mistake, you're going to do the same mistake. Okay, so we are on our 2 chain space and continue to do the increase on your first double crochet, which actually I wasn't there on it. Let's try that again. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 chain space and do your increase on the last one. So we're going to do this like about 2 or 3 more rows the same way. Doing our increase on the last one here. So we have 5. So we're increasing on the double crochet. 2 chain, and again, continue your increases at the beginning and at the end. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so closed in, going into, so do my single, my 2 chain, come back in, increase. So now we have 2 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 chain, and again, do your increase on the last one. Now we're going to do this, I believe, until row 10, until we have 8 double crochets. So in row 6, row 7, row 8. So we have 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Until row 8, and I'll come back to you. So all you have to do is just to increase the 1 chain and the 2 chain. Okay, increase at the beginning, increase at the end, and then I'll meet you at the end of row 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do 7, do 8 with the increase at the beginning, at the end, 1 chain in between, and 2 chain between the groups of the motifs. Okay, everyone, so I finished row 8, going into row 9. Now, row 9 is just a repeat of 8, oops, no increase, sorry, no increase, just a repeat of 8 double crochets over double crochets. The chains will remain the same, so 1 per space, no increase. So single, 2 chain, my first double crochet, my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. 1 chain space and create your 8. And then on the chain here is the same thing, chain 2. For the next 3 rows will not be an increase here on the double crochets. We'll only have the increase on the chain here. So just do your 8 double crochet, 1 chain, 8 double crochet, 2 chain. Okay, so 8 double crochet, 1 chain, 8 double crochet, 2 chain. We're going to repeat that all the way around, and then I'll come back to you at the end of this row. Of course, I have to always miss a thread here. 1 per space. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 8 double crochet, 1 chain, 8 double crochet, 2 chain. Okay. Okay, you guys, so pretty much finished row 9, going into row 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it will be the same 8 double crochets, so single, 2 chain. It's exactly the same thing. The only difference is we're going to increase on the chain between the motifs. Okay, remembering that the motifs takes 2 of these groups. So this one here stays 1 chain the same. Go all the way to the end. Okay, and here we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 chain, and continue to proceed the same way. The 8 double crochets, the 1 chain, the 8 double crochets, and then 4 chain this time. Okay, so the only difference is we're changing the chain here on this one. It takes 2 for the motif. That stays 1 chain always. Next round there is no 1 chain. We're completely doing double crochets on the next round. But here is 4 chain, here will be 4 chain, here will be 4 chain. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so finish row 10. I was saying the next row we're going to do all double crochets. Not really. We still have 1 more row before that. So again, I'm coming in and doing those 8 double crochets, so single, 2 chain. So we're going to do the 8 double crochet, the 1 chain, and the 8 double crochet, and then I'll come back to you here on this chain. Okay, everyone. So now we're going to do, I have to knot the other 4-ply because this one is pretty much done. So at least we did quite a bit with the little leftovers, and that's important to keep. Okay, 1 chain. I'm coming in the center of this 4 chain, and I'm going to do a double crochet. 1 chain again, trying to hide this little thread here, and I'm going to continue to do my 8 double crochets. So that's the difference with this row. I like to hide hide the leftover threads here. Makes it easier for me not to come back and forth on them. Try that again. So I have 1 chain done. And did my second little square there, and then 1 per space. So the only thing you have to do is 1 chain, double crochet, 1 chain, continue your 8 double crochets, 1 chain, but I'll repeat it here again. Okay, so I've done my 8 double crochets, my 1 chain, my 8 double crochets, 1 chain. I'm coming on the center of that 4 chain and doing a double crochet, building little squares, and then coming back again and repeating the 8 double crochets, 1 per space. Okay, so let's repeat this all the way around the same way. Nothing changes here. This stays 1 chain. Okay. Okay, everyone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Going to row 12. I'm going to come over to the next double crochet. Okay, and then coming back in, doing my single 2 chain. We're going to still have the 16 double crochets here, but pushing 1 over because we are putting 1 in the center there. So we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, now I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm coming in the center here and doing a double crochet. 1 chain, I'm coming into the next space, double crochet. 1 chain, skipping the first double crochet and repeating the 16 double crochets. So we only skip the first one, and that's how it's going to look like. So this time we're going to have 3 little blocks here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, going into row 13, we just finished row 12 with the 3 squares there. We're going to go over to the next double crochet with slip stitch, single, 2 chain. Now we're going to decrease the first one and the last one. So we're going to have a total of 14 double crochets. Okay, so do your 14 double crochet. I've done my 14 double crochets. I've skipped the first one and I skipped the last one. I'm going to do chain 2. I'm coming in the first square with another square. I'm doing 1, 2 chain. I'm coming in the center and doing 4 double crochets here on the center. If you find that the square is too big, then I'm going to continue only with one chain. I think it's nicer, especially for people that have like loose stitch. It won't look pretty. So for some of you that have loose stitch, do one chain again, and in the center, and do 4 double crochets. I think this will look prettier than the 2 chain. One chain, and into the next square, one chain. I'm skipping the first and doing my 14 double crochets. So this row will be like this all the way around. So we'll have 2 squares here, 4 double crochet, 2 squares, 14 double crochets, skipping the first and skipping the last. Okay, everyone, going to row 14. So I've closed in with a slip stitch. I went into the next one. We're skipping the first and the last one again. So I'm going to do my single, my 2 chain, and we'll have 12 double crochets. So I've done my 12 double crochets, doing my 1 chain, coming in, doing a double crochet, 1 chain. Inside of the square here, we're going to start doing the increase because this is the foundation of the heart. Okay, so we're doing 2. That means we're going to have a total of 8 double crochet, 2, 1 per space here on the double crochets. So we're doing the 4 here, and then 2 more on the next space. So now we have the 8 double crochets, 1 chain, coming in the square, 1 double crochet, 1 chain, and then skipping the first one, going into the second, and do our 12 double crochets again. Okay, and for the next few rows, it's going to be like this, an increase inside of these squares here, 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets. So we're increasing by 4. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, going to row 15. So I've already done, started row 15. I skipped the first. We're not doing the first, we're not doing the last. From here on, it's just decrease on here and increase on here. Now these ones here, we're always going to 2 on the first block and 2 on the last block. We're increasing here. We're going to do 6 rows of increase. Okay, there's no point of keep repeating the same thing because it's always the same thing. So 1 chain, and then inside of the space here, we're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 per space. So I've done my 1 per space, and I'm doing 2 inside of the first block here. 1 chain, coming in the next block. 1 chain, we're skipping the first one, going into the second one. Like that. So always going to have 2 little blocks here going all the way up, and the same thing here. And increase here. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Next one we'll have 16 because it's always an increase by 4, 2 at the beginning, 2 at the end. Okay, we're going to do 6 rows like this, increase, and here we decrease. We don't do the first and we don't do the last. So it's just a repeat now of the same thing. Okay, so I'll meet you on the end of the 6th row. On the 6th row, you're supposed to have 24 double crochets, if I'm not mistaken, hopefully. Okay, you guys, so total we have 18 rows. I did my 6 rows here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 24 double crochets. On here, we have 4 double crochets, which I ran out of thread. And just gonna restart this row. So we're still doing the decrease. We're going into row 19. Is that what I said? 18. So just check here. Yes, row 19. So we're going to have 2 double crochets here, because remember we're doing the decrease, right? So I'm doing a single 2 chain and another double crochet, which I prefer to hide my thread here. So let's start that again. So 2 double crochet, 1 chain, creating that little box, 1 chain, creating another little box, and 1 chain, and we're going on top of the first double crochet. So we're going to have 3 little boxes here like that. And this row is just double crochet over double crochet. So that means you will have, again, 24 double crochets on this motif here. So I have my 24 double crochets. I'm going to do my 1 chain and do my first box, my little square. 1 chain, and again 1 chain, and skipping the first one and skipping the last one. So I'll have the 2 double crochets here on the pattern. Now how lovely does that starting to look? Now after this row we're going to start decreasing to form the heart here. Okay, so continue to do yours and I'll continue to do mine. And don't forget, it's 3 little squares now. So you're just going to do double crochet over double crochet on the 24, and it will be the same amount as the previous row, row 18. So we have these 3 little squares here and 3 little squares there with 2 double crochet in the center. Okay, everyone, so I've closed in, going into row 20. I'm going to come right in the center here of the 2 double crochets with a single, 2 chain for double crochet and 1 for space. I'm coming into the next one, build my first square, 1 chain, coming into the next one, build my second square, 1 chain into the next one. Whoops, just get this straight here. So let me see, 3, okay, into the next one, one chain. I'm coming on top of the first double crochet. We're going to do 11 double crochets here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 little blocks, 3 double crochet, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, 2, and come into the next one, and we're going to do again 11 double crochets on this side. So this is like the middle of the heart. Okay, so I've done my 11 double crochets. Now we need to have 8 little blocks. So I'm doing my first one, 1 chain on the first block, double crochet. My second, 1 chain, my third, one chain. I'm going to come in the center here, my fourth, one chain, my fifth, one chain, my sixth, one chain, my seventh, one chain, and on top of the double crochet. And so I have my 8 little blocks here. Continue again with 11 double crochets. So you're going to skip 2 space and 11 double crochets, and then do your 8 blocks. One chain, double crochet, one chain, double crochet, one chain, double crochet, one chain right in the center of both double crochets there from the motif here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, going to row 21. I'm going to come in the center of that little square with a single, 1, 2 for double crochet and 1 for space. Again, another square, another square, another square, one chain. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 on my fourth one. Let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me recount this again. Okay, so now we skip 1, 2, 3 into the fourth. We're going to do 6 double crochets. That means we skip 4 here, 3 here at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, go into the fourth. And we don't do the last 2 here. Chain 2. I'm going to come in the center of the square here in the center of the heart, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets. And I'm going to repeat that again. So I'm going to skip 1, 2 on the third one and do the 6 double crochets exactly how we did on this side. And 6, 2, 4, I think I overdid it. I did. So that should be on the fourth one here. 1, 2, 3 on the fourth one, exactly like we have here. I'm going to do 2 chain. I have phone wires into my thread. 2 chain. We're coming in the last one here, like that. Chain 2 into the middle one here. I think it's too much. I'm going to do chain 1 here. For some reason I don't like it, and when I'm not comfortable with something, then I rather just take it down and redo it. So chain 1. So I did chain 2 here because we do need these spaces here, and I think I only did chain 1 there, and it will become too tight up. But anyway, chain 2, so it gives it enough space on here. And I'll just redo that again. So that looks better. We don't want the heart to be pulling too much. Chain 1, coming into the first square right after our double crochet there, and again, and again, all the way until the motif. here is chain, no, still chain 1. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right on top of the double crochet, and we have to do the same thing here, 9. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and chain 2. And again, 1, 2, 3 on the 4th, and then do your 6 double crochets. So we have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 squares there. Okay. Then this skip 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th, do the 6 again, chain 2, and create those 3 double crochets in the center here. Chain 2 again, skip 1, 2 into the 3rd one, and create these 6 double crochets, exactly how we did it here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Guys, going into row 22, so I've closed in. I'm going to come in the center here of the block, do my single 2 chain, double equal double crochet, and 1 for space. I'm doing my first block. I'm not going to count these blocks because this whole row is only blocks, okay? You just got to know what you're doing there. Okay, so we have the blocks, 1 chain. I'm skipping the first one, the second one, I'm coming into the 3rd one. 1 chain, skip 1, 2, and into the last one here. 1 chain, I'm coming into the center. 1 chain, I'm going to come into the center where we have the 3. 1 chain, next space. Okay. 1 chain, skip 1, 2 again, come into the 3rd one. 1 chain, skip 1, 2, come into the last one. So it's just a repeat now of what we did here. 1 chain. If you find that it's too tight, then you can do 2 chains. So we don't want to pull on the pattern. And I find it's getting too tight, so I'd rather take it down now before I regret it. So I'm going to do a 2 chain instead. 1, 2, because I wouldn't want to take it all down afterwards if it's like crumpling up. Chain 2, so skip 2 into the 3rd. Chain 2, skip 2 into the last. Chain 2 into the center here. Chain 2 into the middle of the 3 double crochets. Chain 2 into the center, and repeat again the same thing on the heart here. So skip 1, 2 into the 3rd. Chain 2, skip 2 into the last. And then it's much better. Okay. Chain 2, because it was starting to pull, and there's no way I was going to take it down if I was like all the way around. Chain 2. So now just 1 for space. We're just doing little blocks. Just little blocks. So I'm not doing counts on blocks because I have no idea. I'm just doing blocks, creating them 1 per space inside of these spaces. And then we're going to repeat the same thing where the heart is, obviously. Chain 2, skip 1, 2, into the next one. Chain 2, skip these 2, and into this one. Chain 2, into the center. Chain 2, into the middle of the 3 double crochets. And this is how it is. So we're going to repeat this. I think I gave chain 1 here. I'm going to have to go back and stretch it out. But anyway, this is how it's going to be. Just little blocks all the way around. Okay?